Hi, my name is Toby, and on my last hobby quest I encountered an extremely useful material. Let me show you 3.5 uses of this mysterious liquid and show you why you need this tube in your hobby life. So what is in this strange tube labeled Wände entdecken Innenreparatur? I know, if you don't speak German it must sound like Klingon from Star Trek. Yes, so what it basically means is it's wall spackle. There are different ones available, such as powder, which is supposed to be mixed with water, and this ready-to-use wall spackle right out of the tube, which is based on alcohol. Either version will work for our uses.
This product is really easy to work with and will dry under an hour depending on the humidity. It spreads great with a stick or tools and is sandable once completely dry. The real magic happens when you mix it with acrylic paint. The ratio is key here. The general rule of thumb is the more paint, the smoother the finish. Let me show you what I mean by starting with the first use case. Resin prints have supports, and when these are removed from the miniature, it will sometimes leave these round markings. In my case, the miniature is a giant and the supports were on his back. You could fill it in with green stuff like over here, but a good spackle mix is much cheaper and way easier to work with. I'll mix up only a little bit of this, 2/3 from the spackle tube and 1/3 cheap craft paint. We'll give it a good mix and apply it into the little bumps. Because we only applied a thin layer, it'll be dry to the touch in minutes. After an hour I sand it off and this 3D print is smooth and repaired. Next use case, basing smooth surfaces. There are use cases where you don't want a sandy, grainy, rocky base or surface, maybe something more like this. A smooth base with sandy waves, gulps of hardened lava or molten rock. That's where this stuff will truly shine. Remember when I talked about the smoothness? Now it's time to change the ratio to 50-50 spackle and paint. After only 2 minutes, a surface is covered with a dry, smooth skin. If you want, you can change the appearance and structure it. Just take a toothpick or a sculpting tool and move it around. Create waves or ripple effects or rip the skin for more rocky texture. Once dry, you can paint it like this, or this. A bonus use case, mix sand into the blend and you will end up with a fast drying texture paint. The next and last use case blew me away. You probably know the Crackle paste from Games Workshop called Agrellan Earth. It's used to create this look of dried out ground that can be used for wasteland, desert bases or dioramas, but also directly on models like undead or tanks for weathering. Applying this stuff directly on a plastic base is not recommended because once dry it will crumble and chip away and not stick to the base really well. So undercoating Agrellan Earth with our mix will make two things happen. First, it will stick better to the base, and secondly, it will save you a ton of precious Agrellan Earth, and that basically means it saves you money. You need a thick coat of Crackle medium for deep cracks, otherwise it will result in these very small cracks. If that is what you're looking for, great, but if you want these huge rough cracks, you usually need a thick coat of Agrellan Earth. With our mix of 50-50 paint and spackle as an undercoat, a thin coat of Crackle medium is enough to make things crack. Apply our mix like a thick layer of Nutella. Agrellan Earth goes directly on top afterwards. Let it dry overnight and you will get results like this. Deep cracks bending upwards. Just magic.
So where can you get this stuff? Well, obviously in the hardware store, and online I got mine on Amazon. It's easy to find and really inexpensive. If you find this video helpful, please make sure to give it a like, because then it can spread on the platform. Also consider subscribe and follow me on my paint quest and weird projects I have in the making. With that, see you in the next one. Bye bye.